Today, we will explore Chapter 16 from Northouse Leadership Theory and Practice. Focusing on leadership ethics, this topic is increasingly critical in today's business environment where ethical failures can damage organization reputations and stockholders' trust. Throughout this presentation, we will examine why ethics is central to leadership, explore key ethical theories and principles, and understand how leaders can foster ethical climates within their organization. Ethics in leadership is not just about following rules, but about the moral responsibilities leaders have towards their followers and the broader community. Let's begin our exploration of the fundamental leadership dimension. Next, we will have Natalie speaking on why leadership ethics matter. Why leadership ethics matter. Leadership inherently creates power differences between leaders and followers, making ethics a central component of this relationship. Leaders hold the authority to influence others' careers, opportunities, and livelihoods, which brings significant ethical responsibilities. Research from 2023 shows that organizations with strong ethical culture outperform others by approximately 40% across key business measures, including customer satisfaction, employee loyalty, and innovation. Ethical leadership goes beyond personal integrity. It involves shaping the values and the behavior norms that define an organization's culture. When leaders consistently mold ethical behavior, they foster environments where ethical conduct becomes the standard rather than the exception. Next, we would have the conduct based approach by Razul.
Thank you, Natalie, for highlighting the importance of leadership ethics. Northouse categorizes ethical theories into two main approaches. The first is conduct based theories, which focus on leaders' behavior and action. Utilitarianism, developed by philosophers like Mill and Bentham, suggests leaders should make decisions that produce the greatest good for the greatest number. Ethical egoism proposes that leaders act in ways that serve their own self interest. Altruism represents the opposite extreme, where leaders prioritize others' welfare above their own interests. In practice, effective ethical leadership often requires balancing these approaches, recognizing when to serve the collective good, when legitimate self interest is appropriate, and when to sacrifice personal interests for followers' benefit. Next, Simai will talk about the second categories of ethical theories.
The second category is character-based theories, particularly virtue-based approaches that emphasizes who leaders are as individuals rather than just their actions. This perspective suggests that ethical leadership stems from cultivating virtues, character traits such as courage, honesty, fairness, justice, integrity, and humility. Unlike conduct based theories that prescribe specific behaviors, virtue ethics focuses on developing leaders, moral characters through training, practice, and habituation. The underlying principles is that leaders with strong moral character will naturally make ethical decisions across diverse situations. Contemporary leadership development increasingly incorporates virtue cultivation, recognizing that sustainable ethical leadership requires deep character development, not just compliance with ethical codes. Next, Duha will explain the five principles of ethical leadership.
Northouse outlined five core principles that define ethical leadership. First, respect other means recognizing individual as valuable. within themselves, not as a means to achieve organizational goals. Second, serve other emphasizes a leader's responsibility to support growth, development, and well-being within their team. Third, show justice. This involves making fair, consistent decisions which ensure equitable treatment across the organization. Four, manifest honesty. This requires transparency in communication, integrity, and also accountability in all action. Finally, build community. This focus on fostering inclusivity, also environment grounded in shared value and psychological um, safety. Recent research confirmed that leaders who consistently apply this principle build strong team, achieve higher level of employee engagement. Now, Corinnia will talk about build community and ethical.
The fifth principle, building community and ethical culture. It is easy for leaders to act as if they are the standard bearer for ethical values, while expecting others to do the heavy lifting to actually behave in ways that are compliant with those values. Northouse says that leaders are the agents of culture change. The fifth principle is about building community and an ethical culture. Ethics can be responsibility of a single person or a leader. In our fast-paced, action-oriented culture, we often leave out we out of ethics, when in fact, creating a culture of ethics is a matter of building a place where everyone feels included, valued, and heard. Creating a culture of ethics that affects every decision from spending money to advertising to who is selected for promotion. The 2024 Workplace Ethics Study confirms that ethics in the workplace is alive and well, and that businesses are more successful when leaders walk the talk when it comes to ethics in their everyday lives and actions. Reinforcing behavior with a reward system also helps with ethics. Clearly communicating the standards of ethical behavior to all employees and its relevance to the organization is another good point of ethics. Our ethics principle is the foundation upon which our employees conduct their work, so ethics becomes a part of our organization and inspires the confidence of our stakeholders. Up next, we'll get our references from Shamir.
These references represent current scholarship on leadership ethics published within the last 5 years. Northouse foundational text provides the theoretical framework we've discussed today. The empirical studies from Al-Qadra and colleagues, Zahid and team, and Wu's research provide contemporary evidence supporting the importance of ethical leadership for organizational performance and employee engagement. Wells Forbes articles highlight practical applications for today's business environment. Together, these sources demonstrate that ethical leadership remains a critical area of both academic inquiry and practical relevance. I encourage you to explore these references further as you develop your own ethical leadership philosophy. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome any questions.